Hi. Hello, it's me again. I'm Audra Rains, and I am
unavailable, unresponsive, and driven by rage.
Welcome.
We are the weirdos, mister.
So we all know just generally that late night TV has been in a slump. Anywho, because like people just generally aren't watching cable TV, and most people are watching late night TV shows, clips of them from YouTube. I watch the Super Bowl. I watch the halftime show because that's all I care about. I don't like football. I don't care for it. It's not a sport I enjoy. Although I do love football movies, which is wild, right? Like Any Given Sunday, still one of my favorite football movies. One of my most favorite sports movies is Mystery Alaska. Listen, but I love hockey, okay? I love hockey. I will cry every time I watch Ray Bork win the cup again and again, go backwards to watch it. I'm a cry, all right? It's like one of the few times my autism allows me to have an emotion.
This is the most emotionally brutal thing.
As we keep seeing, it wasn't just that Stephen Colbert was fired, it's that they like shut down The Late Show in its entirety. Like The Late Show no longer exists. Jon Stewart decided to weigh in on it, and he weighed in like the most fun way possible. I feel so proud of myself for this little setup, and I just want y'all to I just want you to be happy for me, you know? Just please be happy for me. Here we go.
Last week, as you may have heard, CBS, which happens to have the same parent company as the network this program currently airs on, unceremoniously canceled The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And yes, in this case.
And listen, I gotta tell y'all a little secret. Looking around for the now defunct FBI. But looking around for my ex-CIA operative. They're probably still watching me. I have that effect on men. But this is why I'm going to hell. But Colbert, I had one time the dirtiest dream about Stephen Colbert. I can't really tell you about it because they will cut this video off. Dirty. And that man was doing things in this dream. You know how like we talk about Megan knees, Colbert hips. All right. So anyways,
In this case, I'll allow it. Now, obviously, I am certainly not the most objective to comment on this matter. Many of you may or may not know, Stephen and I worked together on this very program. Together from 1990.
Oh my God, young Jon Stewart. I also love Jon Stewart because just like him, we're both hermits. And you've heard this from other people who talk about Jon Stewart. Like Jon Stewart, like comes in, he works, he goes back into his house. He's like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to go nowhere. And I'm like, me too, John. Me too. I'm glad everybody's like getting it. Jimmy Fallon is one of those people who, when you go back, he's funny, but like it's wild to think about how much funnier the bits would have been if he could have kept his shit together. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people break character and that's fine. There's a level of it that's funny. But if he could have kept his shit together, so many of those bits would have been like chef's kiss. He just couldn't do
99
it.
through 2005. Look how young. Look at that. Haven't changed a bit. And then Stephen began our sister program, The Colbert Report, also on Comedy Central. A show which, in my mind, if I may.
Also, question of the stream, would you ride Jon Stewart's face? You don't have to answer.
A show which, in my mind, remains to this day one of the most astounding accomplishments in satirical television, rendering a fictional character in real time 4 nights a week for 10 years so seamlessly, many viewers believed him to be the boorish, high-status idiot he was portraying.
The Colbert Report was like the turning point for me in like late night TV, because the Colbert Report was just like height for me. All right, of like subversive cynicism. I enjoyed it. I just loved the character he played. I love that we now have the word truthiness in the dictionary. Like, it was just peak times, back when cable TV was cable TV.
They were heady times, my friends. We were two pretty good-sized fish in a reasonably small, basic cable pond. Both of our shows reached an inflection point in 2015. Stephen chose to challenge himself by seeing if he could succeed the legendary David Letterman in, quite frankly, a much bigger pond than the one he and I had been swimming in.
And just so you know, he was consistently getting really good ratings on that show. So just keep that in mind.
And I quit. I quit. I quit. Stephen challenged himself. I passed away. Stephen challenged his abilities in the biggest field you could, and I literally went to a farm upstate. It's true. He did it. I did it. And if I may, watching Stephen exceed all expectations in the role and become the #1 late night show on network television has been an undeniable great pleasure for me as a viewer and as his friend.
And like, one thing people I have watched, or people that I talk to, a lot of people just don't necessarily acknowledge that one of the things that made when the Daily Show first came out with Jon Stewart so great was that he was actively looking for different talent. He wasn't ever just satisfied with the same people over and over and over again. He like would have people rotate in and out. He was always looking for new fantastic talent, and you never had like the same type of person twice. And it wasn't just like, you know, the Adam Sandler crony effect or like the Joe Rogan fucking weirdo dumb shit effect. Joe Rogan was never actually funny. I just want to say that. I've seen his comedy specials and they're fucking terrible. He just yells about being high and monkeys and shit.
And now, Stephen has been canceled for purely financial reasons.
Yeah.
And by the way, not just Stephen's show, CBS has canceled the entirety of the Late Show franchise. Gone. Now, I acknowledge, losing money. Late night TV is a struggling financial model. We're all basically operating a Blockbuster kiosk inside of a Tower Records.
Listen, for those of you who are young, both defunct. I'm sorry. I still laugh about Blockbuster going down because it always makes me laugh because I'm never going to forget because at this point in time I had been renting DVDs from Netflix in the mail. And I will never forget when Blockbuster tried to do that shit where they were like, we're also going to send you DVDs in the mail. Like, it's too late. Like, we've already been using Netflix at this point. We're not switching back. We're not going back, bitch.
But when your industry is faced with changes, you don't just call it a day. My God! When CDs stopped selling, they didn't just go, oh well, music, it's been a good run. The fact that CBS didn't try to save their #1 rated network late night franchise that's been on the air for over 3 decades is part of what's making everybody wonder, was this purely financial?
Yeah.
Or maybe the path of least resistance for your $8 billion merger? Was killing a show that you know rankled a fragile and vengeful president, so insecure, suffering terribly
this
from
little
a case
titty
of
baby
chronic penis insufficiency. Terrible disease.
This is the shit right here. I'm just gonna say it like directly. I don't have, and let me preface this statement right quick. If you were former MAGA and you're doing the work, whatever, like all that, good, accept you. But I have zero empathy or sympathy for the I regret my vote people. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and have like bunches of videos like making fun of them and there's crocodile tears because like I live in Texas. I'm seeing people put the flags away because they're embarrassed. The thing is, I know that that's just embarrassment, that their views remain. They're not doing the work. They're upset because it's negatively impacting them. They thought it was just going to ruin the blackies and the gays and all the, with immigrants, which is just code for brown people who are here. They thought that that's who it was going to screw over, and they were just very excited for it. But the second it started to hit, come home to roost for them, they start putting their flags and stuff away and being embarrassed because now all the things that people said when they were like, you're just being hyperbolic, you're just overreacting, you're just being hysterical. Like, we lived through one presidency of Trump, we can do it again. I'm like, we barely made it through that one, y'all. Y'all have some real selective memory about what went down with COVID, but okay, that's where we are. So I don't have any empathy or sympathy for you because I know you would do the same thing again if you thought it wouldn't negatively impact you. So I don't give a fuck about those people. I care about people who are actually seeing it, doing the work. Like Jenny, the video I did, I guess the last video that's actually up on my channel. But by the time this goes up, it'll be like the second to last. Anyways, just go find it. But like, if you want to. She's doing the work. She's been doing the deconstruction. She's out here trying to affect change with other people who were living like her. I don't have that kind of energy. I do feel like that is, white work. And I'm not saying that to be rude and or funny. I'm dead ass. That's white work. Y'all have to convince each other. When are y'all gonna get tired? Because we've been tired. We're waiting for y'all. It's not that we're not gonna battle or anything like that, but it really comes down to overwhelmingly the white population being like, yeah, enough's enough. And actually fighting for the right thing. Yeah, Caramel Pumpkin Spice, doing the work means holding those around you accountable too. And how many of these people are standing against their friends and family members over this when they weren't before? Exactly. The Heart Turquoise Queen, yes, she is. And she's actually, I've talked to her a little bit behind the scenes, but literally neither one of us use Instagram enough to be in contact with each other. And I mean, by use Instagram, be on it. I post stuff there on occasion, but I'm not there. I need people to stop acting like fascism and dystopia looks like the movies. I was born during a fascist dictatorship. It's not an aesthetic. Correct. I think a lot of people really thought that it would just be lots of wars and Red Dawn, but that's not at all. We're we all get up and go to work this shit isn't happening because a lot of us are what, I still have to be able to pay my bills. I can't call the electric company and be we're in the middle of a fascist regime and I really just don't have time for this, so I'm not going to pay you. And they're going to go, that's cool, you won't have electricity.
Truly, it's a vicious disease. I believe CBS lost the benefit of the doubt 2 weeks prior when they sold out their flagship news program to pay an extortion fee to said president. Mm-hmm. At that time, poor Andy Rooney must have been rolling over in his bed. That's right. He's alive. Andy Rooney is alive.
I didn't know that.
I probably buried the lead on this entire bit. Andy Rooney is alive. And he's just turning over in bed.
I'm so sorry. Did y'all know he was still alive? I really thought he was dead by now. I'm so sorry. Getting older means you just spend a lot of time wondering who's dead. That's fact. That is a fact. You start getting into your 40s and you're like, so what's so dead? I think they're dead. And then you have to go look it up. I've said this before, but the amount of times I've had to go back and check to see if Sean Connery is dead is high. So
you know what he's probably doing? Biding his time for when the network calls him and says, is anything else bothering you, Andy? Yeah, the thing is. Ask your parents. He was on 60 Minutes.
I do remember.
Look, I understand the corporate fear. I understand the fear that you and your advertisers have with $8 billion at stake. But understand this, truly. The shows that you now seek to cancel, censor, and control, a not insignificant portion of that $8 billion value came from those fucking shows.
Period.
That's what made you.
And you know what? Just like so many others have done, they will just move over to YouTube. They will create podcasts. Their voices will still be heard. And like I think that what really kills me is it's just like, you corporate pricks have the money to stop this fascism, but you want to bleed us all dry. And I just need y'all to truly understand that the snake eating itself eventually gets to its head. When we don't have any jobs, when we don't have any money, when we can't buy your fucking treats, then what? Then what? What is the plan? Independent media is really starting to show up a lot more on YouTube. It was always there, but you're seeing a lot more journalists being able to speak how they want, do what they want. That goes for whatever side of the fence these people happen to be on, because I'm not one to censor, unless you're a pedophile, in which case you should be censored and bullied off the platform and put into jail. Yeah, when capitalists get impatient, they turn to fascism. That's a bar. Yeah, it's just like, this is the plan. Force women to have babies that they don't want to have, that are even unsafe to have. This is the plan. All right.
That money shows that say something, shows that take a stand, shows that are unafraid, and not to, believe me, this is not a we speak truth to power. We don't. We speak opinions to television cameras.
Correct.
But we try. We fucking try every night. And if you believe, as corporations or as networks, you can make yourselves so innocuous that you can serve a gruel so flavorless that you will never again be on the boy king's radar, A, why will anyone watch you? And you are fucking wrong. You
Correct.
Want to know how impossible? This is true. Do you want to know?
Because we're literally watching all the podcast bros who are Trump all the way, Kamala's laugh, like all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and also, oh, they ran the worst presidential run ever. And it's like, shut the fuck up. They're trying. It's the same thing that I've been saying even about people on YouTube who talk about politics, and people be like, well, you don't do this and you don't do this and you're just talking and you don't go do things. And it's like, babes, there are people who disseminate information and there are people who do things. There's just different levels. There's always going to be different levels of a revolution. I swear some of you need to pick up a book. Even a fictional book will tell you that, okay? Even a fictional book will be showing you that all the different levels of a revolution, because they got it from true history, right? That's how it works. Most fiction does have a bit of truth in it. Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
You have to realize that all the different levels of being able to get a revolution going is not everybody goes out to fight. The revolution would be stamped out immediately then. That's not how it works. Did anybody watch Braveheart? I know it's not accurate. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying. I know it's not accurate. And I'm also aware that that accent was terrible. Okay, continue.
Do you want to know how impossible it is to stay on Lord Farquaad's good side?
President Trump says he will sue the Wall Street Journal and its owner, Rupert Murdoch, who also owns Fox News.
Donald Trump is suing Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox News, the man, other than Biden, maybe most responsible for getting Trump elected.
I'm so sorry. I thought Rupert Murdoch was dead. And kind of based on this picture, like, it feels like he's on his way. I feel like Rupert Murdoch is evil, and that's fine.
Fox! Yeah, I fucking snuck that in there. Yeah!
He does look like he's already dead.
Fox spends 24 hours a day blowing Trump, and it's not enough.
Yeah.
Imagine suing someone mid-blow. How could you?
Mid lips around the dick. I'm suing you. Can you stop consent? You can still, well, I'm on their side. They don't believe in consent, so I don't know. But yeah, evil people just like live forever. And that's why they had that song, Only the Good Die Young. Anyways.
Finish up down there, and I'll see you in court. So here's the point. If you're trying to figure out why Stephen's show is ending, I don't think the answer can be found in some smoking gun email or phone call from Trump to CBS executives or in CBS's QuickBooks spreadsheets on the financial health of late night. I think the answer is in the fear and pre-compliance that is gripping all of America's institutions at this very moment. Institutions that have chosen not to fight the vengeful and vindictive actions of our pubic hair doodling commander-in-chief.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, the Target boycott is still working, by the way. It is still working. They are still scrambling, trying to figure out how to fix it. The secret to boycotting now is that you have to boycott companies themselves that don't have a bunch of parent companies and all this shit that you have to wade through. That's our secret now. It's harder to boycott companies that have, you know, this giant parent company and then this other parent company, the shell company bullshit. But you can boycott Target because Target is owned by Target. It's Target.
This is not the moment to give in. I'm not giving in. I'm not going anywhere. I think. So to those institutions, to those corporations and advertisers and universities and law firms, all of them, if you still think that bending the knee to Trump will save you, I have one thing to say. I know you're scared.
What? We're getting a musical. Ruby-doo!
I know you're weary.
Yeah.
I know your plans don't include me. But these are troubled times. So sack the fuck up. Because this ain't the time to shrink.
Her fro is eating.
This is the time to fight. This is the time to rise up.
Not too fast, you're old.
Camp, I'm getting there.
I am old. That is a true point. Obviously, the blood pressure, etc. But compliance and complacency is not the answer. We reject the mindless, machine-generated slop that offends nobody, and we affirm our shared humanity. We must continue to have humans make things that inspire and provoke other humans.
ChatGPT wrote that.
Damn you, ChatGPT.
But if you're afraid and you protect your bottom line, I've got but one thing to say. Just one little phrase.
You tell them.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Wait, bring it down.
I'm gonna make that a redeem. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Everybody. fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
And that is what we did there. So the good thing about all of this, or bad thing, is that now, amongst all of this, Josh has taken over because he's actually quite funny. Josh Johnson. He is now being the new Daily Show host. Okay. This is what standing up looks like when the population of the less melanated, or the non-melanated mostly, but I say less because there is a little bit. It's just not, you know, it's a golden hour levels. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, but he's taking over. Amongst all of that, that's what's happened now. Other night show hosts showed up to support Stephen Colbert, including Jimmy Kimmel, I think, and John, whatever that man's name. I just forgot it. You know what I'm talking about? Jimmy Fallon. The Jimmys. The Jimmy showed up. I think Seth showed up. Like, people have showed up to like have solidarity. And like, this is where we are now. This is escalating. Mehdi Hassan, I believe. Listen, I don't have the energy for it today. We might be able to look at it a little bit some other day. But the very idea that there's like a clip of a man laughing maniacally that he wants a dictatorship, a white man, obviously, in the US, I'm just like, and I just want people to understand and know that like, this is what it looks like to try to stand up. We're gonna look back on this. Some of y'all are going to look back on this and be like, this is the moment. One of the many moments, obviously. The fact that network television is battling him and that he's suing Fox News, I can't. And again, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, just like many of you are, and you're gonna get up and you're gonna go to work and just pretend that the country is not literally crumbling like every day. Inflation is way the fuck up. I don't know if you've seen it. Beef prices are high as shit. The very same people who were like, the groceries are high, that's why I had to vote for Trump. I'm like, they're even higher. The deficit's high, that's why I had to vote for Trump. He has outpaced anybody on that deficit spending. It's actually kind of insane. Again, I'm mentally ill, not insane. There's nothing wrong with being insane unless you're this kind of insane, unless you're like dictator insane. Like, what is going on that all these stupid ass companies, like, y'all have the money to just shut this down, you just won't. Okay, so we're just gonna let this man in his weird Leaning Tower of Pisa shoes, you know what I'm talking about, how he's just always like, these are the moments that we can point to for like moments of hope. We're gonna see Jon Stewart, because Jon Stewart already has like a channel on YouTube. He already has a podcast. Imagine Stewart Colbert like coming back together, because Colbert told him to go. Also went and told Trump to go fuck himself. Like, people are just over it. Also, the real definition of slop is AI. If it ain't human, it's slop. Yeah. And if people don't understand what's happening, like if you are watching any of those like cute like cat compilation videos, just stop. Here's why. Because what they're doing, like the old way of making such a compilation video was that you had to find these videos and then like put it all together. The new way is that you tell AI to find it and then they just do it. And that's why they're all the same. They just find the same 17 videos to put together and just slap their name on it. And that's it. They're adding nothing to it. They're just putting it all together, making money off of it. These are the things. It's going to be a little bit at a time. It's going to be little bitty things. I already said before, probably not publicly. I did say to M that the damage and all of the strife, I guess, the party was going to have to eat itself. And that's where we are. We're watching this whole thing unfold with the Epstein files. You have one group of MAGA who's like, wait, what the fuck? Wait a minute, this is what you campaigned on and you're telling us, like, I don't know if I can continue to believe. So some of them are waking up, that's good. Then you have the other half who's only too happy to have keys jangled in front of them and follow the next thing, which is Obama committed treason. Obama is treasonous. He staged a coup. Look at this video, it's real. It's totally not AI at all. I made this for real. And that's where we are. And this is the president people wanted. I genuinely don't know what to say anymore to these people. Also, yes, I am aware that Hunter Biden decided to weigh in. And it's like, please, sir, go be sober and sit down. He is sober. Congratulations. But just go sit down. Nobody hates George Clooney more than me. But like, please sit down. Nobody needs you to enter into the fray. We're fine. So that's it. You know, it's going to be one piece at a time. But realistically, we're going to have to watch the inner workings fall apart as they are frantically trying to scrub all of the Epstein files and footage for any references to Trump, which doesn't matter anyway, because like we already see all of the photo evidence and the emails and the calls and all this shit back and forth. So it just is what it is. And yes, to the one really weird MAGA person who decided to watch this video so they could come here and call me a monkey and the hard R. Yes, if Bill Clinton's on there, he can go to jail too, bitch. I am not I am not for politicians like this. My politicians are not my gods and deities. Y'all are weird for that. And if you follow your own book, you are going to hell because Trump is a false idol. So on that note, until next time, I'm so pretty and so the fuck are you. I will see you when I see you. Mwah. Thank y'all for coming by.